Lust. How do you deal with lust? How do you deal with sexual cravings? Masturbate. In my opinion, unless you're in a committed relationship, masturbate. Why? Because every time you make a booty call, every time you have frivolous sex with someone that you really don't like, but it's just a fun sexual partner, you make your life harder. Easy to get into a relationship, hard to get out. Once you have sex, you have an emotional tie. Even if you don't like that person, they're going to like you, and it's going to be hard to separate yourself from someone. It's like the same thing. Once you let someone stay in your house, and you know what I mean, even if they say it's short term, it's hard to get them out. And so to fulfill a sexual human nature need, masturbate. Unless you're in a long-term relationship, that's what it is. Now, I know you're going to get, ew, that's nasty, ew, that's nasty. And, every day you piss, every day you take a shit, people have dookie stained underwears, etc., etc. I've already shared that in the past. People are immature when it comes to a human bodily function and need. You have to fulfill your needs. And in my opinion, the most responsible way to fulfill a need, a sexual desire need, is to masturbate, unless you're in a committed relationship with someone you really care about. Then obviously, you have sex with them and you do whatever. And I know people who are married that masturbate all the time. They're not getting fulfilled. So just because you're married don't mean your needs are getting met. And it's better that than doing a one-night stand, because that's going to lead to a mess. It's going to lead to a mess, a disaster. Stalking situations, you know what I mean? Possibly fighting. And I saw one time, somebody cheated on somebody, and, the guy came up to the other guy, put a gun to his head. Because he was, banging out his wife. I mean, rightfully so. But what I'm trying to tell you is, people that are so immature that they don't want to address the issue, instead they go in their RVs, they stand in the middle of the desert with one tooth and a pet, and they want to tell you about life. Come on. I'm telling you about real life, all right? You want to talk about, freecamping.net and all that shit. I mean, there's a million different Nomad channels for that. What I'm trying to tell you is, to keep your life in order and to keep your life away from chaos and unhealthy relationships, when you have a sexual need, when you have lust, masturbate. Fulfill that need in a safe way, in a private way, not in public, not loitering, not exposing yourself, but in a respectful way. And fulfill your need that way so that, did you ever see that movie Along Came Polly? With Ben Stiller, I think his name was? When, he was getting ready to go on a date, and his man said, before you go on a date, you should masturbate to get that sexual lust out of your spirit. Because if it's not out of your spirit, you're going to go on the date with the wrong mindset. You're going to be thinking fully about your lust. And even if you don't really like this girl, even if you don't connect with her, you will make it more than what it is because your mindset isn't right. You're backed up. And women and men all have lustful sexual desires. Some men and women more than others, depending on your personality. But I think any responsible person to not tell you or to not address this issue is a deceiver from the pulpit or anywhere else. And those people from the pulpit and those politicians, they're the ones sending dick pics. They're the one, having sex with your students. Those are the real perverts that you have to worry about. The people with integrity that address the issue responsibly head on, that's who you should listen to, in my opinion. Do what you want. It's your life. But I think if you can do it in privacy and, obviously do everything right and in order, masturbate. Get rid of that lust. And then, as soon as you masturbate and, once you orgasm, you're in a different mindset. And before you orgasm, you'll look at every Instagram photo of any person that you think is remotely hot. And, you'll start, DMing, you'll start imagining. And before you know it, that imagination gets you in somebody's house, banging them out. And then before you know it, unhealthy relationship. Before you know it, stalking. Before you know it, you're seduced into their life. And then, you're in a bad place. Masturbating to fulfill a need of lust and sexual desire is wisdom. And anybody who tells you different usually has a track record of adultery, child pornography, and sexual harassment. In my experience, period. From the pulpit to the politicians to everybody else, they're all hypocrites because they don't want to address the issue. And addressing the issue isn't, you just be celibate until you get married. Then once you get married, come on, B. Come on, B. No good. No good. Okay? So that's my opinion. I'm addressing the issue head on. Some people will laugh and be immature about it, but these people, you can't tell them anything. Again, they want to watch a guy go across the desert with one tooth and his cat. These are the type of people you're dealing with. Me, I'm telling you straight up how I feel about the subject, how I believe you can best handle it, and what will work properly. If you don't agree with that, I respect that. Just sharing my opinion and perspective. All right? Stay inspired and don't get backed up. All right? God bless.